Professor Traum, do you think we should forgive criminal misbehavior in the name of social justice?
Senator, thank you for that question. I recognize that all issues of crime and all responses to crime are fundamentally policy issues. So those are important issues. They're important for our community and our nation, but I leave those policy issues to policymakers. If confirmed as a judge, I would not be a policymaker.
I'm not asking your opinion as a judge. I'm asking your opinion as a person, as a law professor. I'll stipulate with all of you that you're all going to be fair and unbiased, okay? Now, do you think that criminal misbehavior and illegal act should be forgiven in the name of social justice?
Welcome back to America First, the channel where we defend common sense, American values, and the Constitution every single day. If you believe in law and order, in holding people accountable, and in protecting our communities, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a video. We're growing fast, and it's because of viewers like you who are tired of the radical left's games. Today, I want to walk you through one of the most revealing moments I've seen in the halls of Congress in a long time. Senator John Kennedy, a man who never pulls his punches, was questioning Anne Traum, who's been nominated to serve as a federal judge. Now, if you don't know her, Anne Traum is a law professor, and she's up for a lifetime appointment on the federal bench. That's a big deal. These judges make decisions that affect your rights, your family's safety, and the future of our country.
So, Senator, I do believe that all criminal policy is fundamentally a policy issue.
Yes, ma'am, but do you think as a person, as a professor, that an illegal act should be forgiven in the name of social justice?
Senator, that is not a view that I have taken in my work, and what I would
that's
say...
no? Is your answer no?
Senator, in my work, I have not taken that view, and in my view...
I'm asking, Professor, what you believe. I think this is really straightforward. You're a professor. Do you believe that an illegal act should be forgiven in the name of social justice? It's pretty simple.
So, Senator, I believe that we have criminal laws that are created by policymaking bodies like this one.
I got all that. Do you believe that a criminal act should be forgiven in the name of social justice?
So, Senator, we have not only criminal laws, but we have a criminal process by which people come before the court to be held accountable if they are charged with a crime. And I have enormous respect for that process.
I do too. Do you believe that a criminal act should be forgiven in the name of social justice?
Senator, when people come before the court, if they are charged with a crime, that is a highly individualized and fact-specific process for all who are involved, and I respect that process.
I respect the heck out of it. Do you believe that a criminal act should be forgiven in the name of social justice?
Senator, I don't think that I could say with respect to any particular case or as a generality with respect to any category of cases.
Do you not have an opinion?
I don't have a view to share on how any particular kind of case should be handled.
Do you have a view on my question?
I do not have a viewpoint to share on how any particular case should be handled.
I can tell you don't want to share it. I got that part. Do you have a view? I don't understand why you won't answer my question. If you're confirmed, you're going to be a federal judge. And I joined my good friend, Senator Durbin, in saying that judicial and temperament is important. But I think being unbiased is even more important. And I find it incredible that you won't answer my question. So I'm going to ask it again. Maybe it's me. Do you believe that we should forgive a criminal act in the name of social justice?
Senator, I share the view that we should be unbiased, but I also share the view that our criminal justice system and our process is very individualized. So what should happen in any particular case is a matter of the process and the very specific facts in that case.
That a criminal act should be forgiven in the name of social justice?
So the outcome of any case is always highly individualized based on the process and the facts.
What's your
of that
favorite
case.
color?
Blue.
Thank you. I got one. I'm one for about 20. I can't vote for you. Not if you're not going to answer questions. I mean, that was embarrassing.
So, what did Senator Kennedy ask her? He asked a simple, straightforward question. Do you think criminal acts should be forgiven in the name of social justice? Now, you and I both know that's not a trick question. It's not an ambush. It's the kind of thing every judge, every law professor, and, frankly, every American should be able to answer without hesitation. But what does Anne Traum do? She dodges. She waffles. She starts talking about policy and process and how each case is individualized. Not once, not twice, but over and over again, she refuses to give a straight answer. Let's break this down because it tells us so much about the mindset of the left today. Kennedy wasn't asking her to speak as a judge. He made that clear. He said, I'm asking for your personal opinion as a professor, as a person. Still, she refused to answer. She kept saying things like, these are policy issues for lawmakers, and I respect the process, and decisions are individualized. She goes in circles, never saying yes, never saying no, never giving an honest answer. Kennedy even tries to make it easier for her. He says, I'm not asking about a specific case, I'm just asking what you believe. But still nothing. She refuses to even say whether she personally thinks crimes should be forgiven for the sake of social justice. Think about that. Someone who wants to be a federal judge, who will have the power to shape the law for decades, and she can't give her personal view on one of the most basic questions there is. And you can see Kennedy get frustrated. Who wouldn't be? He points out that being unbiased is critical for a judge. But he also says, I find it incredible that you won't answer my question. He tries again and again. At one point, he even asks her what her favorite color is, just to see if she'll answer anything. She says blue. But on the actual question, the one that matters, she keeps dodging. Now, let's talk about why this matters. The left has spent years pushing the idea of social justice. In their version, it sometimes means excusing criminal behavior if it fits their narrative. We've seen cities across America where left-wing prosecutors refuse to charge criminals, where rioters are let off the hook, where repeat offenders are put back on the street in the name of equity or fairness. And now, they're trying to put people on the federal bench who can't even say that criminals should be held accountable. What message does that send to law-abiding Americans? What message does that send to victims? Imagine your family is hurt by a criminal act. Do you want a judge who believes in consequences or a judge who believes in making excuses? Do you want a judge who stands up for victims and public safety or one who can't give you a straight answer about right and wrong? Our justice system works because we have clear laws and because we expect those laws to be enforced. That's what keeps our neighborhoods safe. That's what separates America from countries where the law is just a suggestion. But if we start putting judges on the bench who are afraid to say crime is wrong or who want to bend the rules for social justice, we're on a slippery slope. Now, some people might say, oh, she's just being careful. She doesn't want to prejudge cases. But that's not what Kennedy was asking. He wasn't asking her to rule on any particular case. He was asking for her basic values, her philosophy, her core beliefs. If you can't say that criminal acts should not be excused for political reasons, you don't belong on the bench. Period. Senator Kennedy was absolutely right when he said he couldn't vote for her. He wasn't being mean. He wasn't playing games. He was standing up for the American people, for fairness, and for the rule of law. He was doing the job that every senator should do. This is why we need senators like Kennedy who aren't afraid to ask tough questions and demand real answers. Too many politicians just rubber stamp these nominees without digging into what they actually believe. I want you to think about the long-term consequences. Federal judges serve for life. They're not accountable to the voters. They make decisions on everything from criminal justice to free speech, to gun rights, to religious liberty. If we fill the courts with people who are afraid to stand up for basic principles, we risk losing everything that makes this country great. That's why these hearings matter. That's why every nomination matters. And let's be honest, this evasiveness is becoming a pattern. Too many nominees from the left won't answer basic questions about crime, the Constitution, or our founding principles. They hide behind legal jargon. They talk in circles. But at the end of the day, we deserve to know what they believe. We deserve judges who are not only smart, but who have the courage to say, yes, crime is wrong. Yes, criminals should be held accountable. No, we don't bend the law for political fads. So here's my message to every patriot watching. Stay vigilant. Pay attention to these hearings. Don't let the radical left sneak their ideology into our courts. Share this video with your friends and family. Tell your senators that you expect real answers from judicial nominees. And most importantly, keep standing up for America's values. If you want judges who believe in law and order, if you believe in holding criminals accountable, and if you're tired of politicians dodging your questions, make sure you like this video, subscribe to America First, and turn on notifications. We're building a movement here, one that puts the safety of our communities and the security of our nation first. I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Do you think Anne Traum should have just answered the question? Do you want more judges who believe in law and order? What do you think about politicians who dodge basic questions? Let's get the conversation going because our voices matter. Thanks for watching, Patriots. Keep your head up, keep fighting for what's right, and remember, we put America first every single day. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.